Are your legs feeling heavy, stiff, or swollen? Do your joints ache more than they used to? You're not alone, and you don't have to accept it as just aging. In this video, we'll show you how to say goodbye to swelling and stiffness by adding 8 simple collagen-rich foods to your diet. I'm Doctor, and I've spent years helping older adults regain mobility, reduce pain, and feel stronger, without relying solely on medications. By the end of this video, you'll know which foods naturally boost collagen to support your joints and circulation, how to combine these foods into easy meals you'll actually enjoy, what not to eat if you want to keep inflammation low, real-life results from seniors just like you. So whether you're dealing with knee pain, ankle swelling, or just want to move more freely, this information can truly change your daily life. Stick around, take notes, and if you care about your health or someone else's, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment if you've tried any of these foods, and subscribe for more senior health tips that actually work. 1. Bone broth. Liquid gold for your joints. Let's start with one of the most powerful collagen sources on the planet, bone broth. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Bone broth? Isn't that just soup? But here's the truth. This humble, old-fashioned remedy is one of the most effective ways to restore collagen, fight inflammation, and rebuild your joints from the inside out. Bone broth is made by slowly simmering animal bones, usually beef, chicken, or turkey, for 12 to 24 hours. During that time, the bones release gelatin, collagen, amino acids like glycine and proline, and minerals like magnesium and calcium. What you end up with is not just soup, it's a deeply nourishing, collagen-rich tonic for your entire body, especially your legs and joints. So how exactly does bone broth help your joints? Let's break it down. First, the collagen in bone broth helps rebuild cartilage, which is the cushiony material between your bones. That's the stuff that keeps your knees from grinding or popping every time you stand up. Second, bone broth is naturally anti-inflammatory. The amino acids it contains, especially glycine and glutamine, calm inflammation and help reduce the swelling that many seniors feel in their knees, ankles, and hips. Third, it's incredibly easy to digest, even for those with sensitive stomachs or slow digestion, which becomes more common as we age. Unlike some supplements or pills that are hard on your system, bone broth goes down smooth and starts working right away. And let me share a quick story from my own clinic. I had a patient, Mrs. Reynolds, 74 years old, who came to me with constant stiffness in her knees. She loved gardening, but said she could barely get out of her chair after tending to her tomatoes. I suggested adding just 1 cup of homemade bone broth to her daily routine. 6 weeks later, she came back glowing. She said, "Doctor, I don't know what magic is in that broth, but my knees feel like they're 10 years younger." Now, I can't say that happens to everyone, but it's a great example of how simple nutrition can make a real difference. Tips to get the most out of bone broth. Drink 1 cup daily, either on its own or as a base for soups and stews. Choose slow-simmered bone broth, not the quick versions that don't extract nutrients. You can make it at home using leftover chicken bones or beef marrow bones, or buy it pre-made. Look for low-sodium options with no added preservatives. Bonus tip: add turmeric, garlic, or a dash of apple cider vinegar to your broth while it simmers. These ingredients increase its anti-inflammatory power and help extract more nutrients from the bones. Bone broth has been around for centuries for a reason. It works. It's affordable, comforting, and deeply healing. If you're serious about protecting your knees, ankles, and hips, this is one food you absolutely want in your kitchen. 2. Egg whites, the unsung hero of collagen support. Now that we've talked about the power of bone broth, let's move on to another everyday food that's often overlooked, but absolutely packed with joint-loving nutrients. Egg whites. Egg whites might seem simple, just the clear part of the egg, right? But inside that humble white are amino acids that are vital for producing your body's own collagen. And that, my friends, is where the magic happens. You see, as we age, our natural collagen production slows down drastically. That's part of why our skin sags, our knees creak, and our hips feel stiff after sitting too long. But egg whites contain proline, glycine, and hydroxyproline, the key building blocks your body needs to repair tissues, cushion joints, and strengthen ligaments and tendons, all without a single supplement or fancy powder. Asterisk. Let me give you the science in plain English. When you eat egg whites, your body breaks them down into amino acids. Those amino acids are then used like construction material to rebuild the cartilage that protects your knees, hips, ankles, even your fingers and spine. Plus, egg whites are fat-free and cholesterol-free, which makes them a heart-smart choice for seniors who are watching their blood pressure or cholesterol levels. You get all the collagen benefits without any of the added health risks that can sometimes come with whole eggs, especially if you're eating them every day. I had a gentleman, Mr. Carter, 81, who came to me saying his morning walks had become painful. He wasn't overweight, he didn't have arthritis, but his knees were stiff and swollen by midday. We looked at his diet, and he was skipping breakfast or grabbing toast and coffee on the go. I told him, start your day with 3 egg whites scrambled with a handful of spinach. Do it for 30 days. Well, by day 21, he was already texting me, Doc, my knees feel looser, I'm walking farther, and I've even started stretching again. No medications, no injections, just simple food-based healing. Tips to use egg whites for collagen. Health, 3 to 5 egg whites per day is a great range for most older adults. You can boil them, scramble them, or even add them to oatmeal or smoothies for a protein-packed breakfast. Buy pasteurized liquid egg whites if you don't want to crack fresh eggs every day. Just make sure they're unsweetened and unflavored. Add herbs like parsley or chives for flavor without adding sodium. Important note, while the egg yolk contains healthy fats and vitamins, it's the egg white that contains the collagen-boosting amino acids, so focus on whites if joint health is your top concern. Egg whites are clean, affordable, and one of the easiest ways to rebuild from the inside out. If you're serious about saying goodbye to swelling and stiffness, this is one small change that can make a big difference. 3. Wild-caught salmon, the omega-rich collagen. We've covered the bone-building power of bone broth and the protein punch of egg whites. Now let's turn our attention to the sea, specifically to one of the healthiest fish you can eat. Wild-caught salmon. This isn't just about protein, though yes, salmon is loaded with it. It's about what comes with that protein. Omega-3 fatty acids, natural anti-inflammatories that work hand-in-hand with collagen to soothe your joints, reduce swelling, and rebuild tissue. And for seniors, this is huge, because after age 60, inflammation becomes a silent enemy. It creeps into your knees, hips, ankles, and even your fingers, making everyday tasks like walking, gardening, or getting up from your recliner feel like a chore. That's where wild-caught salmon shines. Let me explain why wild-caught matters. Unlike farm-raised salmon, which can contain additives, lower levels of nutrients, and even trace contaminants, wild-caught salmon is clean, nutrient-dense, and naturally rich in both collagen and omega-3s. It gives your body exactly what it needs to reduce inflammation and stimulate collagen production at the same time. Omega-3s like EPA and DHA are especially effective at reducing joint pain and stiffness, something that's been confirmed in multiple medical studies. But what's fascinating is that these fatty acids also help your body preserve existing collagen and keep your joints lubricated, like oil in a well-used machine. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Mrs. Holloway. She's 77, used to be a librarian, and came to me after a fall left her with lingering hip soreness. She'd been trying everything: heat pads, over-the-counter pills, even cutting back on activity. I suggested she include wild-caught salmon twice a week, seasoned simply with herbs and lemon, and roast it with a side of greens. After about a month, she said, "I didn't realize how stiff I'd gotten until the stiffness started going away." She didn't just feel better physically, she felt empowered again, like her body was finally working with her instead of against her. And salmon played a big role in that shift. Tips to make the most of wild-caught salmon. Aim for 2 servings per week, about 4 to 6 ounces per serving. Bake, grill, or poach it. Avoid deep frying, which adds unnecessary inflammation. Pair it with vitamin C-rich veggies like broccoli, bell peppers, or kale to boost collagen synthesis. If fresh salmon isn't available, frozen wild-caught works just as well. Just check the label. Bonus tip: squeeze fresh lemon juice over your salmon before serving. Not only does it add flavor, but the vitamin C also helps your body absorb the collagen-boosting nutrients more effectively. Here's the bottom line. Your joints need support from all angles. Wild-caught salmon delivers collagen-friendly protein, inflammation-fighting omega-3s, and the kind of nourishment that helps you move easier and live stronger. So if you want your legs to feel lighter and your joints to move smoother, don't skip the salmon. It's a meal your future self will thank you for. 4. Chicken skin and cartilage, the hidden collagen treasure. Let's be honest. How many times have you peeled the skin off your chicken or cut away the cartilage thinking it's just gristle? Well, here's something that might surprise you. That very part you're tossing out is one of the richest natural sources of collagen you can eat. That's right. Chicken skin and cartilage may not look glamorous, but they are collagen gold for your joints. In fact, many of the collagen supplements on the market today are made from chicken sternal cartilage because it contains type 2 collagen, the kind your body uses to build joint surfaces, connective tissues, and the cartilage in your knees, hips, and shoulders. You see, collagen isn't just about skin and beauty. It's about structure. It holds your body together. And after 60, our collagen production declines steeply. That's when many people start experiencing creaking knees, swollen ankles, and painful hips. Chicken cartilage, especially from the bones and joints, like those you find in chicken wings, drumsticks, and necks, contains a blend of collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin. These are the same compounds found in expensive joint supplements, but they're right there in your kitchen, naturally occurring in whole food form. One of my patients, Mr. Talbot, he's 69, told me he loved making chicken stew but always strained out the skin and soft cartilage pieces. I encouraged him to simmer them longer and actually eat the softened cartilage, even blending some into the broth. Within weeks, he said, "Doctor, I swear my knees don't snap and crack as much when I stand up." Now, of course, it's not magic, but the consistent intake of collagen-rich foods like this can nourish the tissues that keep your joints stable and pain-free. Over time, it can help your body slow down wear and tear and even help with minor repair. Here's how to get the most from chicken skin and cartilage. Slow cook or stew bone in chicken parts like wings, legs, or backs so that the cartilage softens enough to eat. Don't throw away the gelatin that forms in the fridge after your chicken soup cools. That's collagen. If roasting chicken, leave the skin on, but opt for low-sodium seasoning and bake instead of deep frying. For a collagen boost, use a hand blender to puree cooked cartilage into soups or sauces. It disappears into the dish but keeps all the benefits. Caution tip: if you have high cholesterol or heart concerns, focus on moderate portions and choose skin from free-range or organic chicken when possible. It's cleaner and lower in unhealthy fats. The best part about using chicken skin and cartilage, it's cost-effective and uses parts of the bird that often go to waste. For seniors on a fixed income, that's an easy way to add nutrient density without spending more. So next time you're about to toss that bit of skin or leave the joint on the plate, pause and remember, that's where the healing lives. You're not just eating dinner, you're feeding your joints the materials they need to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free. 5. Collagen-boosting foods. Vitamin C-rich fruits, the spark plug for stronger joints. So far, we've talked about foods that contain collagen, like bone broth, egg whites, wild salmon, and chicken cartilage. But here's the truth that most people forget. Your body needs help activating and using that collagen, and that's where vitamin C-rich fruits come into play. Think of it like this. Collagen is the building material for your joints, but vitamin C is the construction crew. Without it, your body can't break down, rebuild, or effectively absorb collagen. It just sits there, unused. That's why I always tell my older patients, if you're serious about healing your joints, you've got to eat your colors, especially oranges, kiwis, strawberries, and berries. Vitamin C acts like a biological spark plug. It activates an enzyme in your body called prolyl hydroxylase, a fancy name, I know, but it's essential for linking collagen fibers together and making them strong and flexible. Without it, your body might still produce collagen, but it'll be weak, brittle, and short-lived. That's exactly why seniors who eat diets low in fruit often deal with stiff joints, fragile skin, and slow wound healing. Their bodies are making collagen, but it's falling apart faster than it can work. Let me share a quick story. I had a patient, Miss Eleanor. She's 75, sharp as a tack, but her hands were getting stiff and her legs were swelling on long walks. She was already drinking bone broth and eating well, but missing one key thing: no fresh fruit in her diet. I suggested she start each morning with a half grapefruit or a handful of berries and add orange slices to her water during the day. 2 weeks later, she called me and said, "Doctor, I didn't change anything else, but my fingers feel less tight. I can open jars again without a struggle." That's the power of vitamin C. It doesn't just make collagen work better, it helps your entire connective system stay supple and elastic. Top vitamin C-rich fruits for collagen activation: strawberries. Just 1 cup gives more vitamin C than an orange. Plus, they're low in sugar and senior-friendly. Oranges and grapefruits. Classic choices loaded with C and refreshing for breakfast or snacks. Kiwi, tiny but mighty. Just 1 kiwi has over 60 milligrams of vitamin C, also good for digestion. Pineapple contains both vitamin C and bromelain, an enzyme that helps reduce joint swelling. Blueberries, not only a vitamin C source, but loaded with antioxidants that protect your collagen from aging. Pro tip: pair vitamin C-rich fruits with your collagen sources. For example, have orange slices after a chicken-based meal. Add kiwi or berries to a morning smoothie with egg whites. Drink lemon water with bone broth soup for maximum benefit. Caution for seniors with diabetes: choose low-sugar fruits like berries and kiwi and eat them with protein or fiber to prevent blood sugar spikes. Here's the takeaway: even if you're eating all the collagen in the world, your body won't fully benefit unless you give it the tools to use it. And that tool is vitamin C. So instead of skipping fruit because it seems too sweet or time-consuming, think of it as daily joint therapy. A few slices a day can mean more mobility, fewer aches, and stronger legs that carry you well into your 80s and beyond. 6. Leafy greens, especially spinach and kale, nature's shield for your joints and collagen. Now, if you've been following this video closely, you know that collagen needs building blocks, and it also needs defenders. That's exactly what leafy greens like spinach and kale are: defenders. They don't contain collagen themselves, but they do something just as important. They protect the collagen you already have and fuel the environment in your body so that collagen can form, strengthen, and stick around. You see, spinach and kale are loaded with antioxidants, especially vitamin C, lutein, and beta-carotene. These antioxidants act like bodyguards for your cells, blocking inflammation and oxidative stress, the 2 biggest enemies of collagen and joint health. When oxidative stress builds up, from poor diet, pollution, stress, or just aging, your collagen starts to break down faster than your body can replace it. This is why seniors who include leafy greens in their diet tend to have fewer joint issues, better skin elasticity, and more stable blood pressure than those who skip their greens. And no, you don't need a salad mountain every day to get the benefits. Just a small handful goes a long way. One of my longtime patients, Mr. Bernard, he's 83, a retired carpenter, used to say he hated vegetables, said they were rabbit food. But when his knees started aching and he couldn't walk his dog without discomfort, I challenged him to add just half a cup of cooked spinach or a few leaves of kale sautéed with garlic to his meals 3 times a week. He grumbled at first, but after a month he said, "I didn't realize my joints were inflamed until they started feeling normal again." His swelling went down. He stood taller. He moved freer. It wasn't magic. It was the anti-inflammatory power of leafy greens at work. What makes spinach and kale so special? Vitamin C supports collagen synthesis and protects joints from wear and tear. Antioxidants like lutein, quercetin, and zeaxanthin, which shield joints from damage. Magnesium and calcium, important minerals for muscle strength and bone support. Natural anti-inflammatories. That can reduce joint swelling and stiffness. Pro tips for seniors. Add spinach to scrambled eggs in the morning. Sauté kale with olive oil and garlic as a warm dinner side. Blend a small handful of spinach into a smoothie with berries. You won't even taste it. Add chopped kale into soups, stews, or casseroles. It softens and blends in easily. And if chewing raw greens is tough due to dentures or digestive issues, cook them. Light cooking actually makes nutrients like lutein more absorbable. So don't be afraid to steam, sauté, or slow cook them. Here's the bottom line. Collagen can't survive in a toxic, inflamed environment. Spinach and kale clean up the damage, reduce swelling, and keep your joints young from the inside out. So when you hear the phrase, eat your greens, think of it not as a chore, but as insurance for your knees, hips, and legs. These humble leaves could be the very thing that keeps you walking tall for years to come. 7. Beans and lentils. The plant-powered collagen, helpers for strong legs and joints. As we age, keeping our legs and joints strong isn't just about eating collagen-rich foods. It's also about getting enough protein and fiber from plant-based sources that support your body's repair systems. That's where beans and lentils come in. They're the unsung heroes in many senior diets. Beans and lentils are packed with amino acids, the very building blocks your body needs to produce collagen and rebuild damaged tissues. Unlike some proteins that come from animal products, these legumes also bring a rich source of fiber and antioxidants, which help reduce the chronic inflammation that can cause swelling and stiffness in your joints. I remember a patient, Mrs. Lopez, who was 72 and had struggled with swollen knees and joint pain for years. She wasn't a fan of meat but loved hearty soups and stews. I suggested she add lentils or black beans to her recipes a few times a week. Within a couple of months, she reported feeling more energetic, and her swelling had noticeably gone down. Her secret? Getting a steady supply of plant-based protein and anti-inflammatory nutrients. Why beans and lentils are great for seniors' joint health. High in protein, supports collagen production and muscle repair. Rich in fiber, helps regulate blood sugar and reduce systemic inflammation. Loaded with antioxidants, protects joint tissues from oxidative damage. Source of B vitamins and minerals, such as zinc and magnesium, crucial for tissue healing and immune support. How to incorporate beans and lentils into your diet. Add lentils to soups or salads for a protein boost. Make homemade bean chili with kidney beans, black beans, or navy beans. Use pureed beans as a creamy base for sauces or dips. Try a lentil stew slow-cooked with collagen-rich chicken parts for a double collagen punch. For seniors watching their blood sugar, lentils and beans are excellent choices because their fiber helps stabilize glucose levels, avoiding spikes that can increase inflammation. So when you think about feeding your joints and legs, don't overlook these tiny powerhouses. Beans and lentils are affordable, versatile, and packed with everything your body needs to stay strong, reduce swelling, and keep moving freely. 8. Cashews and pumpkin seeds. Tiny nutrient powerhouses for stronger joints and legs. Approx. 6 minutes of narration. To wrap up our list of 8 collagen-rich and collagen-supporting foods, let's focus on some tasty, convenient snacks that often get overlooked but are incredible for senior joint health. Cashews and pumpkin seeds. These little nuts and seeds are more than just a crunchy treat. They're packed with magnesium, zinc, and healthy fats, all of which are essential to support collagen synthesis and reduce joint inflammation. Magnesium, found in high amounts in both cashews and pumpkin seeds, is critical for muscle relaxation and bone strength. It helps your legs feel less achy and crampy, especially after activity. Zinc, another mineral abundant in these snacks, is key for tissue repair and immune function, both important for maintaining healthy, flexible joints. One of my patients, Mrs. Daniels, 78, used to suffer from swollen ankles and stiff fingers. After adding a small handful of pumpkin seeds and cashews to her afternoon routine, she noticed her swelling decrease and her joints feeling less stiff within just a few weeks. She said it was one of the easiest changes she's ever made. What makes cashews and pumpkin seeds so special for seniors? Rich in magnesium, supports muscle and nerve function, reduces cramping. High in zinc, important for collagen formation and tissue healing. Healthy fats, promote joint lubrication and reduce inflammation. Vitamin E and antioxidants, protect joint tissues from damage caused by free radicals. Easy ways to add these snacks into your daily routine. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds over your morning oatmeal or yogurt. Mix cashews into salads or trail mix for a crunchy boost. Blend pumpkin seeds into smoothies for extra nutrients without the crunch. Enjoy a handful as a mid-afternoon snack to keep energy and nutrients steady. Just remember, while these nuts and seeds are nutrient-dense, they're also calorie-rich. Moderation is key. Aim for about a small handful, around 1 ounce per day. And if you have any nut allergies or digestive issues, talk to your doctor before making them a daily habit. So there you have it. 8 powerful foods to say goodbye to swelling and keep your legs and joints strong as you age. By incorporating these into your meals and snacks, you're giving your body the natural building blocks and support it needs to keep moving freely and comfortably well into your golden years. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with your friends and family who could benefit. And don't forget to subscribe for more senior health tips that help you live stronger, healthier, and happier every day. Leave a comment below if you're already using any of these foods, or if you want recipe ideas. I love hearing from you.